Welcome to the new tutorial on TypeDB. In this tutorial, we are going to see how the tool TypeDBLoader can help us to load data into TypeDB. This is an introduction tutorial, and therefore we will see how we can load the data for only one entity. You can go into this particular website and you will be able to download the TypeDBLoader from the releases. You should not download the master branch because the master branch will not have the executables. Therefore, please go to the releases and pick up the version 1.4.1, and there you will be able to see both the zip file and the tar file. Please download the same. And once you extract, this is what you will see. You will be able to see the TypeDBLoader batch file under the folder. Of course, I have added some more extra files, but by default, this is what you will see: TypeDB-loader. The TypeDBLoader batch file also requires the configuration file, wherein you will be able to specify what are your data files and how those data files can be mapped to your various entities, attributes, and relationships. Now, currently, I have only this particular config file wherein I am trying to load the data for the entity called the company. So let us go and see how the config file looks like for loading only one specific entity called the company. This is a config.json file. I specify comma as the field separator, and the schema is schema and hyphen company.gql, and this is my input file company.csv, and this is the entity that I want to load, and this is the attribute for the entity I want to load, and this is a column which is present in the input file. Or in other words, here what I am specifying is from the company.csv file, pick up the column name and populate the attribute name for the entity company. And the schema is defined within the schema hyphen company.gql. And if you go into the schema company.gql, for this I currently have this. I have defined an attribute name that has a value string, and the company has an entity, and it owns a name. So now what I have to do is I need to go into use the TypeDBLoader, and this is my loaded batch file command. Now if you open this particular file, this is what I see. I'm simply calling the TypeDBLoader batch file, specifying the option load, and specifying the server name, and also specifying the config.json file, and then I also specifying the database name, TypeDBLoader. That's a database name, and I will simply execute. All I have to do is to double click on the load batch file, and I will be able to transfer the values from the company.csv file into the company entity within our TypeDB. Now, if I go into this TypeDB, I have ran the batch command. Now, if I go and execute, match $x is a thing, and I run, this is what I get. I have a company, and that has a name called free calls. If you go and refer the logs, free calls is a name. This is the company, and free calls is a name. So this is what I get. The company, it has a hidden ID, and it has a name called the free calls. If you want to see, go out and see how we can effectively use TypeDBLoader, these are the places where you have to refer. This is a place which contains a complete tutorial wherein it shows how to modify the global configuration, how to load the attributes, how to load the entities, how to load the relationships, and whether you want to create. So plenty of options are completely present in this. And similarly, right, if you want to go and download the this is a URL you have to refer, as we have seen earlier. You will have to pick up the TypeDBLoader. And similarly, right, if you want to see right now the example files that are used in the wiki, this is a place to go and refer. These are the various input files. These are the various schemas, and the these are the various config files. All of them are present here. And for all the files that are used in this particular example, this is the place to go and refer. In the node batch file, that file right I have given the command. Company.csv is my input file. Company.csv is input file. And the TypeDB and schema underscore company. That schema which I have used in the TypeDB. And the TypeDBLoader is the one which I have downloaded, from the 1.4.1 folder.